hour. Plus, we've got all kinds of info straight ahead. A national news check. Going to have a weather check for you as well. Yep. So, between everything going on, we've had a big day. Had some games last night, of course. John and Bill brought you the action from Rockvale as the district tournament wraps up. So we've got some of that to talk about here this morning as well. So, and Dalton's going to have all of your news in the Rutherford Roundup here in just a few minutes. So, yeah, we've been keeping it real. Those games last night were from Rockvale. We're getting ready to do some games, of course, the region tournament coming up. Our Saturday coaches show, working on planning that one. We're going to have girls coaches and a little bit of spring sports in there too. How about that? It's that time of the year. So much going on. So glad you're along with us here, and you just never know what you're going to hear on WGNS. Local sports, local news, happenings. Yep. Got it all for you, and a great resource is the website, wgnsradio.com. We got you covered. First of all, this morning, before we get to some weather information for you, and, of course, a look at your markets, we want to tell you about our Good Neighbor of the Day today. Today's Good Neighbor of the Day is Kristen Hopkins. Kristen Hopkins is the Good Neighbor today, nominated by someone for being the best friend that you could ever have. How about that? Some strong words there. Best friend you could ever have. Well, congratulations to Kristen Hopkins, the recipient today of a beautiful bouquet of flowers from Ryan Flowers Coffee and Gifts, along with your friends here at News Radio, WGNS, the Good Neighbor station. Good Neighbor of the Day, get it? Yep, someone was smart back in the day when coming up with that, right? It wasn't me. We've had this Good Neighbor of the Day for a long, long time. I asked Bart a few weeks ago, I've said decades, and I know it's at least 31 years or so, because I've been here in some form or fashion that long. And he said it was before he even bought the station. And Ryan Flowers has been gracious enough, so we're talking about over 40 years. So how about that? Good Neighbor of the Day, Ryan Flowers Coffee and Gifts, and News Radio WGNS. So we thank Ryan Flowers, and thank you for sending in Good Neighbor nominations. We do appreciate it. I mean, it takes great people like you to make this Good Neighbor of the Day thing work, you know? If we didn't have you send it in, then how would we be able to have good neighbors, right? So thanks for sending those in. For those of you that have, if you haven't, we've made it as simple as possible, okay? If you text the word neighbor to 615-893-1450, 615-893-1450, you'll get a quick reply from us, and there's a link, so just tap on that link and fill out the information. Once you click submit, we've got it. And we'll make that special person the Good Neighbor of the Day here in the coming days. You can also get to that at wgnsradio.com/goodneighbor. All right, saluting our birthday club winner today, Buddy Hoover. Buddy, happy birthday. Buddy, enjoying 68 trips around the sun today. So, Buddy, hope you have a wonderful birthday. I know that you are going to enjoy the banana pudding over at Slick Pig Barbecue. Just stop on by. We'll let them know. Maybe we already have. I don't know, but they will know, Buddy, that you're the birthday club winner. And just go and get your banana pudding. You may have some wings on the side, or maybe wings and then the banana pudding on the side. So that's a hard choice. But you do want to always check out the desserts at Slick Pig. Pies, cakes, and banana pudding. They are all homemade, made from scratch, and delicious. over at Slick Pig Barbecue, open every Tuesday through Saturday.
Now, here's your Rutherford weather forecast.
Well, we do have some changes in the forecast. Very, very tiny chance of showers today and tomorrow. There's going to be a front that comes through. It's going to cool us off a little bit, but today is a Chamber of Commerce day. I'm telling you. Very nice today. Saturday, by the way, not bad. Sunshine, but cooler. We're going to be in the 70s, low 70s today. You don't want to miss getting out today in this beautiful weather.
Well, Brian, it looks like we'll see some sunshine ahead for us here for this afternoon with a high in the mid-70s. Southwest winds around 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusting as high as 20. And for tonight, a slight chance for some rain here late. Mostly cloudy skies develop and a low near 46. By Thursday, skies will become mostly sunny, high around 60 degrees. And Friday, sunshine, a high of 63. Saturday, plenty of blue skies and sun. We'll see high around 59. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Thank you, Jennifer, for that update. It's 64 already in Murfreesboro and 62 in Smyrna. Yes, 73, 74 today. We hit 75 yesterday, and that was the warmest day so far here in 2025. We're going to flirt with that again today. So if you didn't have a chance to enjoy yesterday's weather, today is going to be the pick of the week. We do have our eyes on a system next Tuesday that could bring us some storms. And right now, the models, it's too far out to really pinpoint anything, but it does show that there could be some strong storms in the modeling that we're seeing right now. So just a quick heads up, we'll be keeping a close eye on Tuesday for you. Okay, that's your forecast. 64 in the borough, 62 in Smyrna. And don't forget, check RutherfordWX.com. RutherfordWX.com. If you were part of our Rutherford weather family on social platforms like YouTube, Facebook, X, and Twitch, even Instagram yesterday, okay, but we don't go live on Instagram, but I told you about 75 being the high. But if we do have, or when we do have, impactful and severe weather, it's not if, but when, right? You'll want to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications on the Rutherford Weather Channel. That way you're informed. You can see the radar. You've got some analysis of where the storms are. We can time storms, track them through the county. It's coming up on springtime. So if you haven't done so yet, like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and you'll be able to keep up with the latest weather. During impactful and severe weather, you can watch it on the Rutherford Weather Channel. You'll also be able to hear our coverage on WGNS and wgnsradio.com.
Good day, Rutherford County. This is Lee Colvin, financial advisor and CFP with Edward Jones. Let's get the latest business news from our financial desk.
The stock market's opening higher today as positive earnings from home improvement retailers like Home Depot and Lowe's provide some optimism that households continue to spend on home projects. Markets are awaiting earnings from artificial intelligence giant NVIDIA today after the close as well. Revenue growth for the company is expected to be up an impressive 73% year over year for the quarter, although deceleration from 94% growth last quarter. But overall, markets have been softer in recent days over concerns around a slowdown in economic growth, but earnings reports have provided some relief that corporate earnings could deliver. Right now, the Dow is up 180 points at 43,801. S&P is up 53 at 6,008. NASDAQ is ahead 243 at 19,269.
From Wall Street to Church Street, that's the latest business news from the Edward Jones Financial Desk. I'm financial advisor and CFP Lee Colvin. Call 615-907-7056 or stop by our office on South Rutherford Boulevard in the Public Shopping Center.
Rutherford Issues on News Radio WGNS.
Well, Rutherford Issues is powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. They offer more than just electricity. Their community outreach team collaborates with schools, parents, and students to create engaging learning experiences. MTE, serving to make life better since 1936. Time to check on the latest world news from CBS. It is going to be brought to you by our friends at Jeff's Family Friendly Restaurant. We're going to get to the national news and then your Rutherford Roundup, all just 30 seconds away here on News Radio WGNS.
SRM Concrete. With every new day, every sunrise, we build structures that stand the test of time. And upon their foundations are our homes, where we work, where our kids go to school. And with that comes tremendous pride. We don't just make concrete. We build relationships, trust, confidence. We're SRM Concrete. Build with us.
CBS Radio News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Steve Kathan. There's word from Texas of the first death of a hospitalized person in the expanding measles outbreak. CBS's Michael Wallace.
A Lubbock City spokesperson confirms the patient died of the highly contagious respiratory virus overnight, but didn't disclose the patient's age. There have been 124 confirmed cases of measles and 18 hospitalizations across 9 Texas counties. Most of the patients are children from a tight-knit, unvaccinated Mennonite community.
President Trump is holding his first cabinet meeting right about now. Elon Musk will be part of it, even though he does not hold a cabinet post. Press Secretary Catherine Leavitt says it makes sense for him to be there.
Elon is working with the cabinet secretaries and their staff every single day to identify waste and fraud and abuse at these respective agencies.
The CBS's Weijia Jiang has more on the firings and threats that have rattled the federal workforce.
Oh, we are absolutely in a crisis mode.
Randy Irwin is the president of NFFE, a union that represents 110,000 federal workers, many of whom he says are terrified about what Musk and his team will do next.
They've created a toxic work environment, and nobody wants to work under those conditions. It's not worth it. They don't pay federal employees enough to put up with this garbage.
The U.S. Supreme Court's hearing arguments in a case today that could change how courts view discrimination on the job. It's a suit brought by Ohio Youth Services worker Marlene Ames, who claimed she was demoted because she's heterosexual, while 2 homosexuals were promoted above her. Zhao Wang is with the University of Virginia Law Center that consulted with Ames.
The Civil Rights Act protects all of us, and it protects all of us equally. And to have judges put additional rules and burdens on people just isn't fair.
Overseas, a day of mourning in Israel, as we hear from Jerusalem reporter Linda Gradstein.
2 little red-headed boys, Kfir and Ariel Bibas, were buried in an emotional funeral today in one coffin with their mother Shiri after being killed while in Hamas captivity. Hamas says they were killed in an Israeli airstrike, while Israel says it has forensic evidence that they were brutally murdered. Yardain Bibas, the boy's father, who was recently freed by Hamas, apologized that he was not able to protect them.
Hamas indicated today the bodies of 4 Israeli hostages would be turned over in a matter of hours in exchange for hundreds of Palestinian prisoners. Wall Street, right now the Dow is up 207 points. NASDAQ is up as well. The S&P is up 50. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Jeff's family-friendly restaurant is celebrating 20 years of serving up meals just like Grandma makes, maybe even better.
It is excellent. Very good food. It's kind of like eating at home.
Good food. Good food. Very good. And the service is good. Real nice folks here.
Open every day except Tuesday from 11 to 6 and Sundays from 11 to 5. Jeff's is at 467 South Hancock Street, just off MLK Boulevard. It's well worth the trip.
So good.
Jeff's family-friendly restaurant.
Ascension St. Thomas Heart is the leader in Middle Tennessee for heart care, providing the most advanced options, including heart surgery and transplants. Our nationally recognized cardiac team cares for more adult hearts than anyone in the state, from AFib to heart failure, using minimally invasive options when possible to help shorten recovery, making Ascension St. Thomas Heart your first choice for routine heart care and cardiac emergencies. Schedule a heart screening or find a cardiologist at ascension.org/St. Thomas Heart.
I'm Dalton Barrett with News Radio WGNS, and here are some of the top stories affecting Rutherford County on your Rutherford Roundup for Wednesday, February the 26th, 2025. A suspect wanted in connection with the shooting of a 4-year-old boy was arrested on Tuesday in Murfreesboro by the U.S. Marshals. Authorities took 19-year-old Talik Glashaw King into custody, charging him with reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon and tampering with evidence. According to Rutherford County Sheriff's Detective Jesse Gamble, the incident took place early Saturday at a home on Tessa Grace Road, where deputies discovered the injured child. The boy, suffering from a gunshot wound, was transported to Vanderbilt Children's Hospital in Nashville, where he underwent surgery and is expected to survive. Investigators determined that Glashaw King fled the scene in an unknown vehicle before law enforcement arrived, taking the firearm with him. King remains in custody at the Rutherford County Adult Detention Center with a bond set at $60,000. His court date is scheduled for May 22nd in General Sessions Court, with additional charges pending in another county. Meanwhile, in a separate development concerning Rutherford County, BFI Waste Systems of Tennessee, LLC, released a statement addressing recent discussions regarding the Middle Point landfill expansion. The company announced last week that it had voluntarily decided to drop its appeal for the landfill's northern expansion, citing alignment with the county's long-term vision. However, BFI claims its decision has been misrepresented, fueling division rather than fostering collaboration. The statement specifically called out the city of Murfreesboro, assessing that the city voluntarily intervened in BFI's appeal and continues to use taxpayer funds for litigation against the company. BFI emphasized its role in the community, highlighting that it provides over 200 jobs and offers free disposal services to city and county residents. The company reaffirmed its commitment to working with Rutherford County leadership to develop a long-term waste management solution that serves both the city and the county. 1 year has passed since then 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers was reported missing from his Sumner County home. On February 26, 2024, the Sumner County Sheriff's Office issued a missing persons report, prompting a widespread search effort that included a TBI endangered child alert, later elevated to a statewide Amber Alert. Multiple local, state, and federal agencies, including the FBI and Secret Service, assisted in the search, conducting a large-scale operations on the ground, in the water, and from the air. Despite exhaustive efforts, no confirmed sightings of Sebastian have been reported. However, law enforcement agencies remain committed to the investigation. Sheriff Eric Craddock reassured the community that search continues, emphasizing the importance of verified information over speculation. Meanwhile, school safety remains a major concern across Middle Tennessee, as the region has seen an alarming increase in threats this academic year. On Tuesday morning, Greenbrier Middle School was placed on lockdown following a bomb threat, which was ultimately determined to be false. Assistant Director of Schools Steve Sorrells acknowledged that such disruptions are becoming more common, often originating from anonymous phone calls or social media posts. In Wilson County, authorities have handled 23 school-related threats in just the first 3 months of the school year, with 18 occurring within a 2-week span. Law enforcement officials emphasize the importance of reporting threats directly to authorities rather than posting about them online, as misinformation can delay investigations. To enhance security, state officials are encouraging families statewide to download the SafeTN app, which allows users to anonymously report potential threats. Special Agent Jason Pack of the Department of Safety and Homeland Security urges Tennesseans to utilize this app, stressing that no piece of information is too small when it comes to ensuring school safety. A former assistant chief of the Metropolitan Nashville Police Department, John Soros, passed away on February 20th after a 13-day hospital stay due to a pre-existing illness. The 87-year-old Murfreesboro resident had been arrested for reckless homicide in connection with the alleged killing of his wife on January 11th and was awaiting General Sessions court hearing at the time of his hospitalization. Jail Administrator Kevin Henderson confirmed that Soros was admitted to the hospital on February 17th for medical complications, where he remained in custody under continuous supervision. Chief Deputy Keith Lowry stated that Soros's family was notified and requested palliative care. Following Soros's passing, District Attorney Jennings Jones announced that the case would be closed. In another case, an Ashland City man has been charged after allegedly attempting to destroy evidence in a child pornography investigation. Authorities arrested 38-year-old Joshua Hamilton, booking him into the Cheatham County Jail on charges of tampering with evidence and sexual exploitation of a child. Police responded to Hamilton's home on Sunday after his fiancée discovered disturbing images on his phone and contacted authorities. Body cam footage captured the exchange between Hamilton, his fiancée, and officers, during which Hamilton denied the allegations. He claimed he had smashed and discarded the phone after an argument rather than had to conceal any illegal content. Investigators later recovered the phone near a neighbor's house, severely damaged by fire and an axe. Sergeant Alexis Alexis Duncan of the Ashland City Police Department confirmed that Hamilton's actions were intended to destroy evidence of child pornography. Authorities believe that the children in the images are not from the local area. Hamilton remains in the Cheatham County Jail on a $60,000 bond and is scheduled to appear in court on April 2nd as the investigation continues. That's all for now. For updates on these and more local news stories, be sure to check out our website, wgnsradio.com, or even follow us on social media at News Radio WGNS on Facebook and X. I'm Dalton Barrett with News Radio WGNS, and I'll talk to you later.
When you turn to Turner Security, powered by TechCore, you can leave your security issues at the door.
Security, access control, cameras, and much more for your business and home. No long-term contract. We keep your business because we did a great job, not because you signed a 5-year agreement. One call does it all for your security and technology needs. Online at turnersecurity.us. That's turnersecurity.us.
Turn to Turner Security.
This is a paid legal ad.
Hi, this is John Day of the Law Offices of John Day. For more than 30 years, my team and I have worked hard to help injured people throughout Middle Tennessee. Over that time, we've helped thousands of people get the legal help they need when they've needed it the most. And if we're not able to help or aren't the right lawyer for you, we'll do the best to point you in the right direction. If you've been injured, call the Law Offices of John Day for a free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless we win your case.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Steve DeSager.
Luka Doncic of the Lakers recorded a triple-double in LA's win over his old team, Dallas, 107-99. LeBron James with 27 points. Kyrie Irving scored 35 in the loss. Home wins for Houston and Golden State, for New Orleans as well. At Memphis, the Grizzlies in overtime beat Phoenix 151-148. Boston won its 6th straight, a victory at Toronto. Cleveland won its 8th in a row, an easy win at Orlando. In college hoops, Georgia upset number 3 Florida 88-83. Georgia had blown a 17-point lead early second half, but did win. Number 5 Tennessee, a winner and a close one at LSU, 65-59. Oklahoma State beat number 9 ranked Iowa State, 74-68. Louisville won at Virginia Tech. The Atlanta Falcons say Kirk Cousins will stay with the team as the backup quarterback, and the Colts say they'll add competition at QB for Anthony Richardson.
All right, guys, if you're only middle-aged but wondering why it seems harder to keep up, you're not alone. It may be caused by low testosterone. Testosterone therapy, or TRT, can help you get back to your best. But not just any TRT, not those websites offering only basic treatments. You have to see the provider specialist at Low T Center. They offer advanced personalized treatments with over a decade of experience. At Low T Center, you'll start with a simple test and get your results in about 25 minutes. Go to lowtcenter.com to book your appointment online. lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
This is News Radio WGNS, Prime Time Sports.
Sponsored by the Law Offices of John Day. Our expanded office location is on Medical Center Parkway, just across the street from the hospital. If you've been injured, call us for a free consultation at 867-9900.
All right, well, we have wrapped up the district tournament. Looking ahead to the region tournament. Starts on Friday. The girls' games on Friday for Region 4 4A will be Riverdale at Lebanon, Wilson Central at Blackman, and Oakland at Cookeville. And on WGNS, we'll have the Stewart's Creek at Rockvale, Rutherford County matchup on Friday night, 7 o'clock, 6:50 airtime. Then on Saturday, the boys will play. It's Oakland at Cookeville, Stewart's Creek at Blackman, Siegel at Lebanon, and on WGNS, Rockvale hosting the Laverne Wolverines. So we've got the 2-3 matchups here locally and all Rutherford County matchups. So there should be some really good games. Eagleville girls and boys are in, as well as Central Magnet and PCA. Both the girls and boys teams are preparing for Friday and Saturday matchups in the state quarterfinals, a win away from playing at the state tournament's Final Four in Cookeville. So that's what we've got going on local sports for you. We will have girls, Prentice Alsop Heating and Air Coaches Corner this Saturday beginning at 9 o'clock with a few spring sports coaches sprinkled in there. And speaking of coaches shows, tonight we will re-air the Rick Insel and Nick McDevitt shows between 6 and 8 o'clock. So be sure to tune in And that'll be tonight. Rick Insel with Joe Fisher hosting at 6. Nick McDevitt with Chip Walters hosting at 7 o'clock. That's because we had district tournament coverage last week. And then we'll do the same thing for the last show, which is next Monday. Also, the Lady Raiders hosting New Mexico State will be on WGNS beginning at 6 o'clock on tomorrow night. And then on Saturday at 12:30, they host UTEP. So we'll get the men's game on after, in progress for both of those. And that is a look at the latest local sports. Your Access Tennessee news coming up in 30 seconds.
I'm Betsy Maples with Maples Realty and Auction. Are you looking for the perfect blend of city conveniences and country charm? The Maples has it all and features homes from 5 quality local builders and has amenities including a pool, tennis and pickleball courts, basketball, and soccer areas. Schedule a tour with Maples Realty and Auction today. Call us at 615-896-4740 or visit the Maples of Murfreesboro.com.
Maples Realty and Auction.
Access Tennessee News, I'm Will Ludley. Some employees with Nashville's Veterans Affairs system have been dismissed this month as part of federal restructuring. A spokesperson for the VA Tennessee Valley Healthcare System tells WKRN that a small number of probationary staff have been dismissed this month. VA officials say the decision will have no negative effect on veteran health care, benefits, or other services, and will, quote, allow VA to focus more effectively on its mission of serving veterans, families, caregivers, and survivors. A former assistant chief of the Metro Nashville Police Department has died while in custody for his wife's death in Rutherford County, according to the sheriff's office. 87-year-old John Soros died on February 20th following a 13-day stay in the hospital for a pre-existing illness. Soros was arrested for charges of reckless homicide after he allegedly killed his wife on January 11th. He was in custody awaiting a General Sessions court hearing. Soros was admitted to the hospital for medical issues on February 7th. More news in 30 seconds.
Friends? Yes. The financial partners whom you've built a relationship with at Old National Bank are still at the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard location, right here in the borough. And so are the warm, homemade cookies.
Cookies are ready, dear.
Like Grandma used to make. If you need online and mobile banking, Murfreesboro's Old National Bank does that too. You and Old National Bank, better together.
Old National Bank at 2230 Dr. MLK Jr. Boulevard. Old National Bank, member FDIC.
A plea for blood donations in West Tennessee. Medical officials say West Tennessee's blood supply is at a critically low level following several canceled blood drives due to recent bad weather. Collected blood is used for a range of medical conditions, including procedures and surgeries. The Lifeline organization provides blood services to 21 West Tennessee counties and 2 regional areas. They're encouraging donors to visit a center to donate soon if possible. Will Dudley, Access Tennessee News.
This is Good Neighbor Events with Bart Walker. Brought to you by the law offices of John Day and AmeriCare Pest Control.
I've got pets.
AmeriCare Services Incorporated, family-owned and operated. For residential and commercial customers, we offer a full range of services. Our services include one-time, monthly, and quarterly pest control, termite control, moisture and fungus control, automatic foundation vents, and more. Licensed, insured, and bonded for your protection. 893-7111.
All the best of the best to get rid of your pets.
AmeriCare Services Incorporated.
Let's check those WGNS Good Neighbor events. Want to remind you the Discovery Center at Murfree Spring presents Wine and Whiskey at the Wetlands. That'll be Friday night, March 7th, over at the Discovery Center at Murfree Spring. That's at 502 Southeast Broad Street. It begins at 6 o'clock Friday evening, March 7th, at the Discovery Center at Murfree Spring. Maybe you're new to the community and would like to learn more about our local history. Well, you need to come over to the one-room Ransom Schoolhouse every Saturday morning from 9 until noon. Members of the Rutherford County Historical Society will be there to tell about our local history and answer your questions. That's 9 until noon Saturday. It's over at 717 North Academy Street here in Murfreesboro. Yes, it's absolutely free. Don't throw away Old Glory. Bring your tattered American flag to WGNS and let the girls from BSA Troop 2019 at Trinity United Methodist Church retire it with dignity. Plus, we also recycle Bibles. Those are WGNS Good Neighbor events.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Broadcasting to every nook and cranny of Rutherford County's 618 square miles. FM 100.5, 101.9, and AM 1450. Broadcasting from the tallest tower in the city with that little red light on top. FM 100.5, FM 101.9, and AM 1450. Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at wgnsradio.com.
Rutherford Issues is powered by Middle Tennessee Electric, and through Sharing Change, MTE has contributed over $11 million to local nonprofits supporting meaningful causes in our community. Learn more at sharingchange.org. And it's time to talk about the Beasley Animal Foundation and Clinic. And Dawn Roberts joins us here this morning, the executive director. And I was just by your place the last week. Went to visit Betsy Maples at Maples Realty and Auction.
Wonderful neighbor.
Yeah. So what are they building right there in that corner? I meant to ask her. Do you know? Right as you turn on Keeneland Commercial?
On the right next to her?
Yeah.
I don't know what they're building next door. Across the street is like a Mexican market and another gas station.
Okay.
So, but I don't know what's next door to her.
We need another gas station.
Yeah, and right next to
the
K, there.
I never have understood that, but a lot of our major intersections have, on Broad Street where the U-Haul is on one side, you've got 2 stations diagonally across from each other.
Yeah.
I guess it just depends on traffic and how you get in, and I
don't know, but we'll see. Yeah.
There are at least choices, I guess.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. So we got through some cold last week, and then we had our warmest day of 2025 yesterday. So go figure.
I know, it's crazy. Yeah. It was bitter cold last week. So,
yeah. So I know that, that can be, it's tough on humans, so it's got to be tough on animals too. You think?
It is. I think we talked about that last month. To kind of really watch that. They can be quick to get hypothermia, and so you do really need to watch out with the cold weather for the dogs. Even the bigger, long-haired dogs. If it's too cold for you, it's likely too cold for them outside for long periods of time. So
it won't be long until we're talking about heat index. And,
absolutely. Yep.
Keeping them cool.
Hopefully we have a spring.
Yeah. I think we're having a spring, but it's like really high and really low.
Absolutely.
There's not like a, 60 and,
I know. Like if it could stay like this, it'd be perfect all year round. Yeah.
Today's going to be a nice one for sure.
Yes.
Things going on at the foundation. Anything coming up?
Yeah, we've got, actually this year we're celebrating 45 years of being in the community, and we're doing that at our Paws and Pearls event. So that is April 25th. So we're super excited about that. We've got a fun evening planned, and it's quite a milestone to have been here for 45 years. So we'll kind of do a recap of the history that, throughout the years. And then, we're still, accepting sponsors, and tickets are available. You can find it on our website and on our Facebook page. There's a link there that people can buy tickets or sponsor. And, we'll have a live auction and a silent auction as well. So should be a fun evening, and it's at the beautiful Copper Ridge event venue. So we're looking forward to that.
You've had it there for a while, haven't you?
Yeah, a couple years. Yes. Yeah. So
it's worked out really good, I think.
Yeah, it's a beautiful facility, and they're super great people, and so yeah, we're looking forward to it.
I guess being on a farm in a nice, barn venue, that kind of screams animals.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. Yeah. You could, it's so. Yeah, so that's something we're looking forward to. So I think it's like 58 days away. So.
Oh, wow. It's getting here quick.
Yeah, Katie's good about keeping a countdown. So
it's going to keep Katie busy, too,
yes,
I would say.
Is. Yes, yes.
Do you have a committee of people that help with
that? We
that?
do. Yeah, we have a group that volunteers. And so we meet, probably 4 or 5 times prior to the event, and just planning out the event and organizing and gathering sponsors and items and things, just to make it an enjoyable evening for everybody. So
let's see, you can find all of this information Beasley Animal
Foundation
or
foundation.com.
Foundation.com.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm
looking at the clinic
was the
first one that came up.
It should be under events or tab events.
Okay.
It should be there.
I will I'll link to that.
Yep.
Make sure we have that in the podcast so we can get that out to folks. And
then one little fun thing we're having called Choose Your Charity. Old National Bank in their operating areas is doing a kind of a email voting drive thing. So, whoever gets the most votes gets $7,500 or possibly more. So just check out our Facebook page. It really is super easy. Katie's put all the instructions on there. All you have to do is just enter an email, find Beasley, and just vote. And we've got 3 more days left. So it's super easy, and it's great that they are doing that to support local nonprofits in their areas.
Yeah. Just pulled up the Facebook page. So got information right there.
Yep.
Also, what is this event? Lucky Paw's adoption event?
That's Pet at Pet Paradise.
Okay.
So we're out there on Saturday, 10 to 3. So we're looking forward to being out there. I think there's going to be a couple rescues out there with adoptable pets, and we're just going to give our services out and make people aware of what we do. So we're looking forward to that too.
Yeah,
so
good stuff.
Yeah,
lots of things going on, and I noticed you put all kinds of little helpers out there for folks if they follow your page, like not only with the Old National Bank and all, but like there's nail trimming from Wag It Better Boutique and Kelton's Hardware and Pet doing some things. So
right.
You're really pretty active on there.
We are, yeah, and we try to keep people, and we don't necessarily do like nail trim. So when we find our partners, community partners do it, we're happy to share it so that can get done, because nail trims can be quite stressful for a lot of people.
You're telling me. I've learned though that the earlier you can do it, the better. And our vet suggested that play with their feet a lot as puppies.
Absolutely, yeah, and that really does help. Yeah, because they get used to it, and then they don't. I mean, and it's just common, just everyday thing for them. So yeah, but if you don't, it can be quite stressful, even with a little Chihuahua. So. Oh
yeah, those can be the worst, honestly. My son and his wife have a big golden doodle, and he's not very good on the nail trim either. So, especially.
And it's funny. I just don't know why dogs don't like their feet. I guess maybe they're ticklish. I have no idea.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. But so that's a good thing right there too. So, well, great. Don't forget to check out the foundation. I'll put links to the website and the Facebook page, so you can go and like Beasley Animal Foundation there too, and keep up with what's going on.
Yeah, we're on Instagram and LinkedIn as well. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Good. Dawn Roberts joining us today, Executive Director and of the Beasley Animal Foundation and Clinic. February, we're about to roll through the end of the month here on Friday, but this is also Spay and Neuter Awareness Month, right?
Right, and World Spay Day was yesterday. So,
good.
Yeah, it's kind of an annual thing just to kind of remind people of the importance of spay and neuter. Probably the biggest benefit, of course, is to stop the overpopulation of homeless dogs and cats. We're in a crisis situation across the country with just way too many dogs and cats needing homes and not enough homes. So spay and neuter is the most effective, humane way to do that. So, it's just always a big deal, a big push, February, to kind of make people put that back in their memory and things like that. So So it's almost over, but yeah, it was World Spay Day. Well, it was a big day of celebration yesterday. So
well, and that's really, in 1980, I guess, right? Would that be? Yeah. That's 45 years.
Yes.
Jesse C. Beasley. That's how the Beasley Animal Clinic started.
Absolutely.
And
yeah.
the reason for it.
Right. Absolutely. The focus was definitely to spay and neuter. They were very instrumental in making sure that it's a requirement for shelter animals to be spay and neutered, and got it work that a vet could work at other than just a veterinary clinic.
Mm-hmm.
So they're able to operate at a low cost, affordable vet clinic.
And sometimes you don't understand the responsibilities of having a pet, and you find out from the vet, wow, it costs this much for that,
Yeah. So the cost varies depending on where you go, and
right.
it's some people like, well, if it's cheap, you get cheap service. That's not necessarily the case. Definitely, we have very experienced, high quality veterinarians that do the services here, and we are able to stay affordable and low cost because we are nonprofit, and we get grants and we get donations that can help subsidize the cost of it to keep it low to our clients and things like that. So, we do the same. We have anesthesia, we do pain medicine, we do the same things. So, it's just we can stay affordable and that way, but still, have very experienced veterinarians perform our surgeries.
It's important for overpopulation. That's obviously the number one thing, but there are also health benefits.
Absolutely. Yeah. An unspayed male dog, they can develop prostate disease. The females, they can get uterine, ovarian cancer, mammary gland cancer. And then pyometria, which is an infection in the uterus, which is very deadly. So
really?
Getting them spay or neuter prevents, kind of those health risks. And it really, they say it extends their life, 3 to 5 years. So
wow, I didn't realize that.
Yeah. Well, you think, if you're, a statistic I saw was 85% of the dogs hit by cars are like non-neutered males. They're roaming, cats roaming to go find their little female friends. So, so they have, a very high risk of getting killed, being homeless and suffering out there. So, and just keeping healthy from those preventable diseases and situations.
Well, we've had male dogs at our house before, but it's been, maybe 15 years, 20 years. And now that I have a male puppy, I'm finding that they're totally different than their female counterparts. I'm telling you, and they really feel like they're the protector of the family,
right?
And he's so vocal, so much more vocal than the females, So, but I have noticed he's still got that puppy energy, but it's not. Maybe it was a little aggressive before, and it can be.
Yeah. And the younger you can get them spay or neutered, and of course, always talked with your full service vet about, the appropriate age of, what they would feel right for that dog. But, sometimes, an older dog will develop behavior issues that's necessarily not going to be 100% cured by getting them spay or neutered,
Sure.
So, but it does help with aggression. It's shown to help with aggression, making them much more canine, happiness. In spraying and marking and fighting is less common and things like that, just to, because they don't have those hormones going through their system. Yeah. So makes it easier on the pet owners as well. So.
Yeah, I did it as early as possible,
yes,
my little
absolutely.
boy there. So
yeah.
Get that done. Well, it's been fun talking to you this morning. And if you want to find out more about the services at Beasley Animal Clinic or the foundation, BeasleyAnimalFoundation.org, and the Facebook page, we'll get all that linked up. And thanks for coming in, Dawn,
all
today.
Right, thanks for having me. It's
Dawn
always a
Roberts,
pleasure.
Absolutely. Dawn Roberts with us this morning from the Beasley Animal Foundation and Clinic. We'll have the podcast up shortly. Have a great day, everybody.
Greetings, friends. This is Lenny Farmer with the Jennings & Ayers Funeral Home in Murfreesboro. If you ever had to deal with the final arrangements of a loved one, funerals are both emotional and financial. You can easily be drained both ways when you leave